In today's video, we're gonna figure out how to make an airplane fly using liquid power.
Alright guys, first of all, great job on the flying ball. That was epic. Crazy project for this week. I was thinking of something that you actually were pretty obsessed with, and you made like a preliminary design. Do you remember how when you watched Peter and he was doing the butane and the pop, the Mentos and Diet Coke?
Oh! Ow! That worked really well. They hit me right in the head.
How cool would it be to see if we can kind of take where Peter left off, and where a lot of people on YouTube have left off, and see if we can power an RC airplane, you know, and shoot it into the air using either, you know, Mentos power or something. I don't care, but I think at the end of the day, we should have something flying through the air propelled by a fluid.
I like it.
What do you think?
I like the sound of that. So I've actually heard of this thing. It's kind of like a water rocket, and it's this PVC design, and it's like an H-frame with a stick, and you put a 2-liter bottle filled with water, and you put it on and you pressurize it. Then you pull a pin and it goes flying up in the air. And I think we can almost do something like that.
I love it.
Those things have a lot of power, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't we do our first things first? Why don't we do a little research, come up with some ideas, build some stuff, put it under the test, and then we'll see what we need to put wings on and shoot it off.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, we have a pretty big project ahead of us. We have to figure out how to fly a plane using some sort of liquid propellant. Typically, our planes, we use electric motors and propellers, which push air to, you know, give us airspeed. For this to get thrust, we're using a liquid. So that's gonna be a little bit tricky, but I think the first thing we're gonna try is some Coke and Mentos Classic, and we'll try to see if we can get some thrust out of that.
3, 2, 1. Woo! We had to try to find out how much pressure we can actually get from these rockets. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. We haven't been able to get enough thrust out of these rockets to power an airplane. No nozzle, different sizes of nozzles. We tried pretty much everything that we could think of. I don't know if it's gonna be enough to power an airplane.
I couldn't be more proud of Andres and Noah, man. They are knocking this out of the park, and there's also some very real challenges that they're coming up against. But watching them try the Mentos and the Coke, there's one real problem: that's not building pressure quick enough, and it's just not gonna be enough to make the plane shoot through the air. But the really cool thing is, this also got me real nostalgic about a key point in my childhood where I had one of my favorite toys through the whole summer, and that was a Jammin' Jet.
Jammin' jets, jammin' jets. Now let's see what you can do. Jammin' jets, jammin' jets. How high can you fly?
Jammin' jets. Just fill the engine with water, pump it full of power, and soar hundreds of feet or more.
Jammin' jets, more power to the sky.
The way a Jammin' Jet worked was you basically fill a bottle with water, you compress the air inside through a hand pump, you'd put it inside the airplane, it gave you instant pressure and a few seconds of a very powerful stream to shoot the airplane about tree level height and then let it glide down to the ground. I think this could be a perfect solution for them to take on, but also kind of give me a piece of my childhood back. So I'm going to throw another wrench into the works here. I'm going to go visit these guys and see how they're feeling, but also pitch this idea to them.
All right, before we get any further in this project, I wanted to take this time to tell you guys about our sponsor for this video and this project, and that is our friends over at HelloFresh. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with HelloFresh, HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. Basically, you can have full meals and pre-measured ingredients delivered directly to your door so you can have an amazing cooking and dining experience. The cool thing about HelloFresh that I love is it takes the guesswork out of it, so it makes cooking at home fun, easy, and affordable. So last night, my wife and I, we made a panko chicken recipe, and it was a ton of fun. And actually, this is the first time we cooked one together, and it was a really fun experience to share together. But beyond that, beyond like getting really good food and making the really good food, it's honestly like a little bit of a cooking school. So you learn how to deal with ingredients that you typically otherwise wouldn't use, and it tells you exactly what to do and how to do it, and you have the pre-portioned ingredients, so you don't need to worry about messing it up, which is pretty awesome. HelloFresh offers so many recipes to choose from each week to help you break out of your recipe rut. It takes all the guesswork out, so you don't need to go buy bulk ingredients. It comes with pre-packaged individual ingredients, so you have just the right amount of everything, so you don't have to worry about wasting money at the grocery store. It also actually saves you up to 28% on your groceries. Now, this is because it's coming with the pre-packaged ingredients, so you're not wasting money buying extras of things. Another thing I really like about HelloFresh is they are an eco-friendly company. So the packaging HelloFresh uses to ship your food is almost entirely made from recyclable and or ready recycled content. And the cool thing is, it doesn't matter who you are, HelloFresh is very flexible. So it doesn't matter if you're like me and you have a family, or maybe you live by yourself, HelloFresh has meal plans that fits the lifestyles of pretty much anybody. So on top of all this awesome stuff that HelloFresh has going on, they're also giving back to the community. So in 2019, HelloFresh donated over 2.5 million meals, which is crazy. And this year, with all the crazy stuff going on with COVID-19, they are stepping up their meal donations. And as you can see, the final product of what I was able to make in my little kitchen is pretty impressive. So here's the best part about all this. To find more information on HelloFresh and their awesome meals that they have going download on, you can go to hellofresh.com. But beyond that, you can use our promo code Flite Test 60. It's right here. It's also in the description. And with that code, you're actually going to get $60 off as well as free shipping. So it's a great way. I mean, you're buying food anyways. Why not mix it up this month and try out our friends at HelloFresh? It's because of them that we're able to do what we do and making these projects and these videos for you. And it's also because of you guys watching. So thank you guys so much. And let's get back to the project, see how it's coming.
While Anders is digging out our air compressor, I've been thinking about this boomstick design. It's a modified water rocket launcher, and I kind of modified it to go more with what we're going to be doing, which is launching a potential airplane off of this water rocket. What I'm doing right now is I'm gluing together some PVC pipe and I'm making a boomstick. So what you do is you fill a 2-liter bottle about halfway up, and then you put this boomstick in, and it gets held in by a pin, and then you pressurize it by a valve nipple on the back of the boomstick, and then you flip it back over so the water actually creates a seal with the actual PVC pipe. Then you pressurize it, and when you pull the pin, the bottle goes flying like crazy. It worked!
So Noah just built his boomstick, which I think is really cool, and it's just an explosive amount of power right off the bat.
Where'd it go?
Up there! Yes! Yes! Woo! Woo!
So my job now is to make an airframe that can harness all that explosive power and really use it to its fullest capacity. So that got me thinking, what kind of already looks like a 2-liter Coke bottle, right? It reminded me of the FT Goblin, which kind of has a really stout, sort of small wings and a roundish, longish fuselage that kind of look like a 2-liter bottle already. The size of the Goblin, the compactness would really allow us to harness all that power, strengthen the airframe, and just take that explosive punch without breaking anything. Now for this plane, we're just going to use the Goblin wings, the Goblin tails, and then build a foam board cylinder that houses the 2-liter bottle, and that's pretty much the whole plane. The Goblin and the boomstick combination is going to give us a really explosive amount of power, really high energy, but it might not work. We're not really sure, so I'm thinking for a secondary option, we should probably go for a little bit lower energy but longer duration, which would require a smaller nozzle. So for the secondary option, I'm thinking we use a slightly smaller bottle so we don't have to carry all that weight of the water. A smart water bottle, it's about 1 liter volume, and I think that would work great. So I'm designing a 3D printed nozzle that screws onto the cap, and we have a servo mechanism at the top that actually undoes the cap and allows us to release the pressure from inside at any time. What that allows us to do is to throw the airplane from the ground, build up some airspeed before even letting go of that power using the servo to release all that pressure and give us even more airspeed in the air. So for this smart water bottle option, it has a bit less power, but for a longer duration. So I'm thinking that a more typical glider design might be the best choice for the airframe. For that, I think the FT Explorer would be a great choice. It's already a pretty big, sizable glider, but I think it's still within the size range that allows the smart water bottle to power it well. For those of you who may not be familiar with the FT Explorer, it's one of our DIY foam board speedboat kits that we actually sell. It's about a 5-foot wingspan plane that's really easy to fly. We're gonna build it as a 3-channel trainer, which actually it would be 2-channel since we don't have throttle really, just rudder and elevator. The wing has polyhedral, which keeps us nice and stable in the air. It's self-leveling, which will make it easy to fly, and when we hit that button to launch the rocket, it's gonna keep us tracking straight. Another thing that inspired this choice is that the FT Explorer is remarkably similar to the original Jammin' Jet. So similar design, similar propulsion, hopefully it works about the same. So now we have 2 different thrust mechanisms, we have 2 different airframes to test them on. Before putting more time into decorating and finalizing these planes, we're just gonna take them out, test them, and see if they work. All right, ready? Ready? Ready?
3, 2, 1. Oh! Oh! Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
Like in the back.
Ready?
Feel it.
Oh yes! Oh no!
So as you can see, we're doing a bunch of testing with the smart water bottle on the Explorer, and we're off to a bit of a rocky start. it's not giving us the power we really need, and we're just struggling to get enough thrust to actually fly it. So long story short, we're having a bunch of issues with leakage. We're just using a plastic bottle from the grocery store and some 3D printed parts, and we're just having a bunch of leakage that is a result of those parts connecting and high pressure inside. So we're just trying to do everything we can to minimize that leakage and keep all that pressure in before we actually launch. So beyond that, what we've learned from this testing is that the nozzle size had to be a little bit bigger than what we originally had. So we're just taking a drill, drilling that out, making the nozzle a little bit bigger, and it seems to be giving us more thrust. Secondly, the ratio between water and air in the bottle is really important. Even about ½ inch worth of water is enough to see a difference in the flight. We're finding that right around 1/3 of the bottle full of water is the right ratio, and then the rest is air, and that gives us the right ratio of duration of the burst and thrust we get from it.
All right, so this is crazy. What we all thought was gonna be kind of a fun little quick project using some pop and some Mentos turned into a really crazy emotional roller coaster where we all learned so much. It was really cool to see how Andres and Noah really took on the challenge, how they were willing to adapt and really willing to overcome. And along with that, we learned a lot of valuable lessons about how, nozzle size, air pressure, fluid, all works together to make a really cool thing happen. So now we're about to go out and fly and put this to the test and see if their hard work paid off. But before we do, big favor, hit that subscribe button for us, become part of the Flite Test family so you can follow along with future projects, especially with what Noah and Andres are gonna be doing in the future. So we're gonna get our stuff in order and go out and see if she flies.
So we have our FT Goblin out here and the FT Explorer fitted with 2 different types of systems.
I call this the boomstick. Pretty much just a handheld water cannon to fire off the water rockets.
Nice, and this is using a 2-liter bottle.
Yep.
The FT Explorer is using a 1-liter bottle?
A 1-liter bottle, yeah.
1-liter bottle, and that's using a bit of a different system with a 3D printed nozzle and a servo release. So with that one, we can actually control when it goes off. Yeah. With this one, you just release it on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm excited because I think this one's pretty violent and pretty crazy, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's get going.
Cool.
Okay, cool. All this water in about 1/10 of a second. We found out about 1/2 inch from the bottom of the label with 60 PSI gives us a really good punch off the starting line.
And now we just slide the Goblin on and we're ready to go.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
It's just...
It's really just a water bottle rocket.
Did I push that back too far, or is that where it's supposed to be?
That's good.
That's good.
All right, so who's flying?
Andres is flying. Dude, I think you should fly this one. I want to try the jam and jet rework.
Cool.
So I
Sounds
want to
good,
see what we
dude.
can do with this. This is terrifying.
It's amazing.
Is it pretty awesome?
It's pretty awesome.
It's already like, is that normal?
I think so.
It looks...
It should be okay. Yep.
Oh, jeez! Are you kidding me? Look at that go! Woo!
Yeah! That was a good launch, man.
That was awesome.
That was incredible! I was honestly anticipating, like, you remember when you had the little kids' rocket toys?
Yeah.
And they go, and then do this? I really thought that was what this was gonna be. It would just kind of be this little, that was power.
That was power. It was explosive. You saw?
Pants are wet. Yeah.
You had a little accident there.
Yeah, good thing I brought another pair of shorts.
Nice.
Yep.
You want to go grab it and try another launch?
Yeah, definitely.
We had a pretty good launch that time, went pretty far, got a good glide out of the Goblin, so we just need to go get it, fill it back up with some water, and just get it ready to go again. Now, I've had my fun. Josh, I think it's your turn.
Can't wait. Let's try it.
60. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh!
That was awesome!
Oh, man.
Wow.
Did I do something wrong?
I don't think so.
All right, so here's what it's gonna do. I destroyed that one. You got to go first now on the Explorer because I don't have much faith in myself. And then if there's still any pieces left, then I'll try it.
Deal.
Deal. Okay.
All right, let's go check out
Let's
the
go
damage.
pick up the pieces.
I hate to say, I put a little bit more PSI in there.
Wow, this it just exploded.
It's just straight up gone.
Is the bottle still intact?
Yeah. All I remember is you pulled the pin, and I just remember being like, and it just went.
It's never done that before.
Yeah.
Wow. What'd you put in it then? You said you put more PSI?
Yeah.
How much?
75?
So 15 pounds more.
I wanted to give you a little bit more boost.
My boy, that's my boy. The moral of the story is this is why we build two, right?
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, we have another airframe. We can just slap this in.
There you go.
We're good to go.
We got an Explorer, guys. Let's go ahead and put that up in the air, but you're first for sure.
Okay.
So Anders, you guys have taken me back to my childhood. I mean, the only thing missing here is a mullet. I'm sorry, but I just had a flashback all the way through college. No, that looks beautiful. I cannot wait to see this thing fly, but to take an Explorer, a water bottle, and a 3D printed nozzle that's remote released, how cool is that?
Bring back your childhood memories of that Jammin' Jets, right?
It is. I can't wait to see if it performs like the Jammin' Jet now. All right, cool. So Noah's going to be putting air in it. Hopefully not more like he did last time.
Right. Hopefully that doesn't happen again with this one.
Basically, the difference between the first one is obviously he's released from the ground. You have a remote release on this one.
Right. So on this one, I actually have a switch on my transmitter that right now the nozzle cap is shut, but when I flick it, it actually opens and lets all that pressure out.
A really cool benefit of this is normally if you kind of flicked it and you had your timing wrong, you lose all your water before you launched it.
Right.
Benefit with this system is they'll actually be forward momentum, which means the bottle will give it even more power and not have to overcome it. So
exactly. We're good to go.
I like how it goes through the nose.
Yeah, through an aqueduct. Yep.
Oh, look at that!
Noah, run!
He forgot to run! Look at that thing soar!
Dude, it's just going. I might have to turn around before it gets into the creek.
You can take that to the creek
I
straight
could.
up. Look at that go!
All right, I'm gonna have to turn around or else Noah's not
officially
gonna get
way longer than the Jammin' Jet.
Wow.
Holy cow!
Look at that. I'm just gonna turn
Just make him
all
run.
around.
Just make him run.
I'm just gonna make him run in circles.
He was teasing me the other day.
Yeah, run, Noah! Run! No.
Oh, yes!
Yeah! Dude.
Oh my gosh! Great work! All right, that not only was cooler than the Jammin' Jet, but it flew longer and it was RC.
And it was RC, yeah. And we had control of it. You could turn it in the air.
I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna grab a golf cart and go get Noah.
All right. On the Goblin, they were using a very wide diameter with a lot of pressure, and they were getting maybe 1/10 of a second, but it was about 70 PSI, which launched it, possibly even launched the wings off the airplane. With this one, the diameter is much smaller. Still has a lot of water in it, about 1/2 liter, but they're only gonna be getting about 4 or 5 pounds of pressure, but it's over a longer period of time. So they're gonna be getting about maybe 2 seconds of power, which doesn't sound like much, but it can do a lot. Now, if you had a lot of power and a lot of pressure on a plane like this, the odds of it being able to fully harness that energy or not structurally failing would be very low. So that's why a small diameter and a small amount of water over a longer period of time is definitely much better.
All right, we're back. We got the plane.
You ready?
We got it filled up.
Yeah. You guys ready? Ready.
Yep. Ready. Oh,
look
nice
at that!
launch, dude. Still spurting out a little.
I got a little ballast for this wind now.
Dude, you are high up
I'm gonna
there.
make him run.
Wow.
I'm gonna just try to see if I get a little ridge lift off of Ready Mean. Oh no, bad move, Bix. I just killed most of my lift.
Dude, it still looks great. Wow, look at that. You just got a little bit there. Run, Noah. Oh, right to him. Dude.
Awesome.
Nice flight, man.
That is fantastic. I do regret though, I shouldn't have turned around. I should have just went for distance and made him burn some calories. But you guys absolutely rocked it here. I mean, from the beginning to the end here, the way you created the Goblin and you had Discovery with the water and different things like the pop and the Mentos. This here though, this brought my childhood back and I can't thank you enough.
Well, I'm glad, man.
Yep.
Glad we could do that for you.
So guys, I don't know where we go from this, but I know we were filling this with a huge 5-gallon water bottle. Let us know in the comments below if you want to see us revisit this, maybe up the ante, or what kind of airframe you'd like to see, or what kind of challenge you'd like to see us take on. And as always, don't forget to subscribe.
Hit that notification bell so you get notified when we post new videos, and drop a like, drop a comment. We'll see you guys next time.
Let's fill this up with more water.